Recording from Chester County, Pennsylvania, this is Coast to Coast Sports, your weekly breakdown of the Philadelphia Eagles, Los Angeles Rams, and NFL teams from around the league. We're recapping last week, previewing what's ahead, and bringing you all the takes in between.
Ready.
Welcome to episode 6 of Coast to Coast Sports, sponsored by Restorative Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation in Thorndale, Pennsylvania, one of the only private physical therapy practices offering one-on-one care with a licensed professional. Call 484-378-7987 to book an appointment today. I'm your host, Mike Carnuccio, alongside the Ryan Jonathan Moore. We do not have the Corey Pritchard with us today, as he's currently buying a multi-million-dollar house. Today we will be recapping the Rams and Ravens game down in Baltimore. Rams beating up on the Lamar Jacksonless Ravens. Poor Cooper Rush. That guy just, I don't know. Not going to comment on him just yet. And then we will be covering some of next week's matchups between the Eagles and Minnesota Vikings, rematch against Carson Wentz, and the Ravens heading to London to host, I think they're hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars and Goldilocks. But first, we must discuss the complete and utter embarrassment, the breakdown of the Philadelphia Eagles, losing in atrocious fashion, 34-17 in New York to the New York Giants, the New Jersey Giants. Jackson Dart didn't really throw all over them. I mean, he threw it for 195 yards. He had 58 yards on the ground, which were just killer because they were on third downs all the time.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts threw for over 200 yards, completed most of his passes, 24 of 33, 283 yards, a touchdown, and an absolutely brutal interception with an open A.J. Brown streaming towards the end zone. Saquon Barkley averaged almost 5 yards a carry, 12 attempts, 58 yards. Goddard had 9 receptions for 110. A.J. Brown 6 for 80. Devonta Smith 4 catches for 49. You look at the numbers, doesn't look too bad. The game said otherwise. Ryan, give us, I don't even know what to give. I mean, let me open it this way. On a night when the Phillies crushed our souls, when Orion Kerkering forgot how to play baseball, and so many Philadelphia faithful just suffering emotionally, decided to, flip the TV and say, you know what, I'm going to go watch the Birds beat up on the Giants and just help with the pain. And then to just have the knife that was already plunged get twisted and turned. Give me your reaction. I don't know. Just raw. I want your raw reaction. And you can take a moment of silence.
No, honestly, I was so locked into the Phillies. Our starting pitching was amazing. I thought we had a real shot in Game 4, and I love Kerkering. I think he was so locked into the pitch, to like his stuff, that when the ball got to him, it was just kind of like pure panic. I was crushed with that. I think because my parents are really into the Phillies. My mom watches like every single Phillies game, so I kind of wanted more for her. I would say out of my family, I think my brother and I like really are diehard Eagles fans.
Yep.
And my mom and my dad, I think, like my dad likes the Flyers, my mom likes the Phillies. That's like that's like their teams. Like they could pick anyone to win, it'd be that. So I think I was like more sad for the people around me, like my cousins and like Jimmy and Maddie. Like everyone's like diehard Phillies right now.
Yeah.
So that was crushing. And I think
this is the photo Ryan sent to me of Kerkering picking up the ball, easy out. I mean, I'm talking like stand up, look at the guy on first. Anyway, it's painful. Continue.
Yeah. So, but to your point, Mike, I literally was like, okay, the Phillies lost, but the Phillies are not my full team. The Eagles are. I love football. I love the NFL.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I flipped it over and I looked at the score one time, like around halftime. I think we were down by 3, and I watched the entire second half. And I just remember there's moments in sports where I get very like into the game. I get angry. I get mad. Like
Yes.
I'm not like I don't curse. I don't really like oh you suck. I get more mad at the refs. I get more mad at
Sure.
like the play calls situational. Dude,
Yes.
I was just numb. I was just I was sitting there after the Phillies lost, watching the Eagles, like watching that Jalen Hurts interception, watching them go 3 and out with some of the worst play calls, like inside zone runs when literally Saquon's gonna hit in the backfield. I literally just sat there. I didn't say a
Yep.
word. I was just like this. I'm like, this is, and honestly, part of me is so grateful that I live in a sports town where everyone
Yep.
cares so much about their teams.
Yep.
And honestly, like, besides the Sixers and the Flyers, like Phillies and Eagles have been really good these past 4 years,
Yes, they have.
and it's been awesome to watch.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you support these teams that stink. Like, dude, I saw on this podcast today, if you combine the Jets roster and the Browns roster, could they be a 500 team? That's a crazy, you know what I mean? Crazy question. And it's like the Eagles have one of the best rosters. Anyway, to answer your question, I was extremely sad,
Yeah.
extremely upset.
Yep.
Um, you're like this is kind of how I am in life, but I do think kind of the sky is falling with the Eagles. I think
Yep.
this is the point where we were at in 2023, kind of like the when we were 10-2, 10-3, started to
Yep.
lose a couple games. Yeah, I'm just sad. Like this was the one game where our defense did not bail us out. Usually our defense keeps us in games and we play ugly football and offense, we somehow win. But
Yep.
we had no Quinyon. We had second half, no Jalen Carter, Nolan
Yep.
Smith's out. Cooper DeJean and I think Reed Blankenship ran into each other and were like kind of limping around. I don't know. And
Yeah.
like we literally have no pass rush. Zadarius Smith, or I think that's his name, retired today,
Yeah.
and he was
Yeah.
like
He
our
retired.
best pass rusher 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. He was. He was.
So honestly, dude, I'm kind of sad. I kind of wish we weren't on this podcast talking about it.
You wanted to avoid it. You did. But at
But
the end of the day, dude, you
yeah,
can't. You got
but
to
yeah,
talk about it.
no, I agree. And one from a I always talk about when the Eagles win, so I got to own up and just man up and do it. But
Yep.
anyway, that was my reaction.
Yep.
What was yours?
Well, and first off, I'd say the example that was set that I thought was
Hmm.
beautiful was the Kelsey brothers. Both of them did podcasts a few days after losing the Super Bowl.
You're right.
Okay, imagine being a
Yeah.
player in the Super Bowl
Mm.
and doing a podcast 3 days later. And both of them were depressed. I mean,
Yeah.
Travis was drunk 3 days
Yeah.
after.
He looked like he
Jason
was
was
hungry.
Jason was in his basement and it was dark and he was just
Yeah,
it
you're
was
right.
sad. It was depressing. I remember watching
Mm.
it, and that was awkward because Travis is like still wasted from celebrating.
Yeah.
Anyway, couple things. One, I think Corey, we got to give Corey some credit, give him some
Hmm.
dues. Um,
Yeah, he was kind of calling the collapse.
he called the collapse first, really after the Bucks game. He was like,
Yeah.
I think a collapse is coming. So
Yep.
it was a great call. Now, will it be an official collapse? We'll have to see. We'll see if he gets all the credit. My perspective is different than yours only because one, I went to bed. And so
Hmm.
like I went to bed when the Phillies game was in the I think the 10th. So I didn't see it happen live. And I didn't see the Eagles collapse in the second half either. In fact, when I went to bed, the Eagles were up 17-13 and the Phillies were tied and the Flyers were tied. And I was like, dude, what a night. So I go to sleep and I'm like, dude, I was dreaming about like triple win.
Yeah, dude.
So
You're like 3 back-to-back-to-back parades.
but when you wake up triple loss, it's different when you didn't have to watch it.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
that sucks. All right.
Hmm.
So, secondly, I didn't see any highlights from the game until just now. Like literally, I just watched like a 15-minute highlight of it.
Hmm.
I know I'm going to be in that minority. It was the tackling defensively was terrible.
Your boy
I
Adoree Jackson was, oh my gosh, dude, his
But we
tackling.
know Adoree's terrible, and we know Keely Ringo's terrible. So I guess like part of me's like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't think it was as bad as people are saying. And here's why. One, if you look at the stats, and I know stats aren't the whole story, we gained pretty much the same yards as the Giants. We had almost the same amount of first downs, and we had the same time of possession. So in terms of just like the numbers, it okay. So there's a couple things we have to break this down. One,
Yeah.
if any team loses a top 10 corner in the league and a top 10 defensive lineman in the league, their defense is garbage. I don't care. Name me a defense. I don't care who it is.
Hmm.
If you lose that effective of a player, two
Yeah.
players, your defense is going to be trash. We already knew Ringo was a liability, and we knew Adoree Jackson's a liability. Now put both of them on the field.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, right?
Hmm.
And I don't even think you can blame that not much because I actually think the worst part of the Eagles defense is the pass rush. Their pass rush is terrible.
Yep.
It's terrible.
Yep.
And it's so bad they not only can't really get pressure on the quarterback, they can't stop the run.
Mm.
So people like to give Jordan Davis credit. I'm going to trash on Jordan Davis. I think he's a very average defensive lineman. I think he's always been and he always will be. And if Jalen Carter's not in the game, you cannot trust Davis to take over because Jalen takes the double team all day and Davis then gets one-on-one and then he looks pretty decent.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I agree with you
So
there.
I don't give Davis that much credit, and our D line is a huge problem because there were so many times in the highlights that I was watching where Dart would escape and run. He had 60 yards on the ground, and like 50 of them were on third down
Dude, I called
conversions.
like that's what I knew he'd
Yeah, it
run
was
all over
brutal.
us.
It was brutal. But if you think about it, Ryan, we
Hmm.
were putting the Giants in third down situations consistently, and if our D line provided any sense of penetration or just contained at all, I don't think they're converting in the same way that they did in that game. And obviously, Quinion's in the game and Carter's in the game. I do think our D line would have had a better contain
Hmm.
because I think our other three linemen would have been. So I just think it's a different story. Like you can't say, oh well, it's a different game if Carter's in that game.
Yep. Yep.
Offensively, I go back to I'm not trying to hype myself up too much right now, but like
Hmm.
I do think I called week one. My big takeaway was Jalen is who he is, and it was twofold. Jalen Carter is who he is. He will continue to do stupid things and get stupid penalties. He's continued to do that. I mean, if when he plays, he gets like a 15-yard unnecessary roughness. I feel like every other game. And I said Jalen Hurts is who he is in that he runs a lot, and that's
Hmm.
his, and which he's I guess trying not to. And ultimately, this would be the addition to Jalen Hurts. He can make a great throw
Yep.
on a man coverage. He can't read zone defenses. He
Mm.
doesn't do it. He can't. He won't. And so like so a couple examples from this game. This is why I
Yep.
don't think it was. And so this is. I'd be interested to. Do you agree or disagree? You sent me a couple clips.
Yep. Let me try.
Jalen misses AJ Brown on a post route that is a pitch and catch touchdown.
Yep.
That turns into an interception that gets returned 68 yards. That was a 14-point swing on that one play.
Yep. Yeah. Because
So the
like they
final
scored
score,
right after pretty
so
much.
27. It was 27 to 17. That's 27-24 if he just hits. Earlier in the game, Devontae Smith is wide open. The Eagles are at their own 10-yard line, and Jalen just overthrows it. If he hits him in stride, it's a touchdown.
Hmm. Yep.
That would have been a 90-yard pitch and catch touchdown.
Hmm. Yep.
And then there's other plays, but you sent me the one. I think it was Baldinger breaking down Jalen, clean pocket, offensive line did a great job, rolls left, Jahan
Yes.
Dotson between it's a
It's like
zone
it was like a
it's a
third and
zone
nine, third and
coverage,
eight. Yeah.
third and 13 actually,
Okay.
third and 12, third zone defense.
Yep.
Dotson's there right at the first down. If he ropes it to him, he falls backwards first down. Instead, won't make the throw.
Yes.
So you agree Jalen was the biggest issue offensively in this game, correct?
Uh, our O line and Jalen.
Okay. You think our O line was more of an issue than Jalen?
I think so. I agree with your points. I sang in those videos. I do think Jalen had one of his worst games by, like some of those clips, that clip, the AJ miss and the Devontae miss.
Okay.
Obviously that interception, and he doesn't throw picks. But I think our O line being not like I know we started the game with two great runs, like our O line not being able to control the line of scrimmage, I think is just it just puts Jalen in these unwinnable situations that he does not have the talent to do it. if that
So
makes sense.
I guess here's my issue. I watched the highlight. I
Hmm.
didn't watch every moment of the game. So all I got to see, right, were the highlight reels. In all of the highlights, he has time. They gave him time consistently.
They did
I
pass
felt
the
like,
ball, correct? Passing the ball, they did. Yep.
okay, so where are you faulting the offensive line?
I just think our inability to run the ball, like we just can't move people like we did last year, and I think that's the biggest detriment on the team. I feel
Okay.
like I feel like Jalen, you're right. Like this is the issue. Like I think with the Eagles with Jalen, if you notice when a lot of players, well, like when a lot of quarterbacks, right? You're watching the Bucks, the Chargers, anything with a good quarterback. Anytime they have as much time as Jalen does, someone ends up coming open, they roll out, and they hit someone for like 40 yards. I feel like
Sure.
Jalen, the longer time he holds on to the ball, the worse the result of the play is in a weird way.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
and I've never, if you watch any game, I watched the whatever game was on last night, Chiefs versus
Yes. Lions.
Detroit, same thing. If Golf has more time, it like something happens. But when Jalen has more time, nothing happens. It's like a dump off, out of bounds throw, and like I think that's just always how Jalen Hurts is. So we've won despite Jalen kind of playing similar to how he played on um, on Thursday night, and
Sure.
I just think. Like, yes, I like on like realistically, Jalen was the reason that we lost because right, we gained as many yards as we did. He made a couple of bad reads, bad throws, that 14-point swing. But I think the real issue this year is our O line and our run game. I don't think it's Saquon. It's like, dude, when I was watching the fourth quarter, it's like, all right, Eagles get the ball, they're down 10, they have to get a first down. We do two little like inside out runs from the shotgun, and Saquon's getting hit as the ball is being handed to him. And
Yeah.
then and it was first and 10. Oh, now second and 11. Did it again, third and 13, and then Jalen has to do these like hero
Yeah.
plays in the
Yeah.
pass game, which usually he's not great at. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, it's play calls, it's the O line, like it's making me livid, dude. But yeah,
I, I,
word vomit. But yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you that now it's deceiving because
Hmm.
Saquon had 4.8 yards per carry. The problem is he had 3 carries for like 50 yards. And then he had nine
Yep.
carries for
Yep.
like 8 yards.
I didn't see him gain a yard in the
So
second half.
that's the issue is he had one big carry in the second half, which by big, I mean like 19, 20 yards. And it's totally different than last year. Last year in New
Hmm.
York, he had 3 big carries for 50 yards each.
Yep. Yeah.
Thursday night, he had 3 big carries for like 18 to 20 yards. And it's a huge difference. It really is.
Hmm.
Um, so I agree with you that the offensive line is not getting the same. And I think the problem is the Eagles can't expect them to. So they're not going to.
Hmm.
Like that's not going to change in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so.
They're
Yeah.
like I think what that running game is what it is. I think they have to continue to use the passing game to open up the running game.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it's simple, dude. Like I guess every game there's always going to be like there's going to be things a quarterback misses.
Yeah. Yep.
But when AJ Brown is on a post route one on one,
Why are you throwing the
it's
Dodson?
it's so obvious that the ball should be going to him. It's just not like I don't even know why you're looking at Dotson. So to me,
Yep.
I don't know if Dotson's the first read there. Maybe he is on the play call. Like it's just like that ball goes to AJ every single time. Don't miss that
My
pass to
gosh.
Devontae. Like why? How are you missing that ball? Like it
Hmm.
was literally right there. It was a clean pocket, dude. I just watched the highlight 3 times in a
Yep.
row. Clean pocket. Jalen rushed it. He rushed it like he was about to get hit. It's like, dude, calm down. Deliver the ball.
Hmm.
So I feel like we're not really going to get an answer
Hmm.
as to whether Jalen's the primary issue unless he gets hurt and
Hmm.
Tanner McKee gets a chance. And I
Hmm.
think it could happen primarily if Jalen gets concussed. Obviously, I don't want anyone to get injured, but I'd be fascinated to see
Yep.
what the offense would look like with Tanner McKee specifically throwing the ball because it's not going to change the running game. The running game is going to be what it is.
Yeah.
Um, but just if you were to watch the highlight, and I know like I didn't watch the second half, so if you were to go watch the 15-minute highlight on YouTube right now and not look at the score, don't look at the score at all. Just watch play by play. Dude, the Eagles offense looked efficient. It
Hmm.
was it was completion. I mean, dude, he was 24-33 for 283 yards and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, and I know you can say could have, should have, would have. If that pick is the throw to AJ and that's a touchdown, he's got over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game. I don't know how you can complain about like that production.
Yeah, and like imagine if he hit Devontae on that miss.
Yeah, it
That's
sucks
another
because
that's
you
another
can't.
100 yards. But yeah.
Yeah, you can't live your whole life saying should, coulda, woulda. I mean, everybody can,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
And dude,
so
did you see we did 4 tush pushes in a row?
yeah, that was terrible. They need to actually stop. It's embarrassing.
Dude,
And like,
dude, I loved it.
if you
I
do it
love it.
and win, if you do it and win, I get it. If you do it and lose the game, it's actually embarrassing because you did it for no reason, literally no reason.
Dude,
You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. It's fair. I love it though, dude. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, 1st and 10 on our own 20. We can't run the ball. Let's start tush pushing. Let's
dude,
tush push every
it's gonna
play.
be so bad.
Let's make everyone so mad. And dude, I watch games on Sunday, try to do the tush push. People can't do it. They
I
weren't
know they
getting it.
can't. Teams never will be able to, in my
And
opinion.
I get it. He's offsides every time, but you can't see it with the naked eye.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like
it's true.
who cares if you slow anything down, you're like, "Oh, that was a hold. That was pass interference. That
Yep.
was, you know what I mean? Oh, he like snipped his face mask. That's a face
Yeah,
mask."
yeah, yeah.
Dude, don't get me started. Sorry.
No, it's good. All right, let's do a quick hop over. We'll touch on Rams Ravens. Uh, Rams beat the Ravens 17-3 in Baltimore. Cooper Rush did basically nothing.
You called that.
Well, who doesn't call that, right? Matthew
Yeah.
Stafford 17-26 for 181. He didn't really need to throw the ball that much. Tyler Higbee, tight end, had his first touchdown of the season.
Hmm.
But the big news is Puka Nacua goes down with an ankle injury. I think it's just a general ankle sprain. McVay called it day to day. He's probably not going to play against the Jags.
Yeah,
Um,
I heard he's gonna be out for the Jags, then they have the bye week.
yeah, so he'll hold off for the Jags, but that's a big loss because offensively, I just don't know if Devontae Adams is ready to be the number one guy yet.
Hmm.
You lose Puka, you're losing your biggest offensive star. So
Yep.
that'll be interesting. Any takeaways for you from that game?
So, I also kind of watched the highlights as well. Honestly, and like what was really impressive was the Rams defense.
Yeah,
They had like a goal line stop against the Ravens.
they did
Um,
right before
I,
half.
yeah, right before I would say in the first half, the Rams offense like did not look great. I
Yeah,
think they really kind of found their stride in the third quarter. Um, this game kind of like didn't surprise me. I just didn't expect the Ravens to put up many points. I'm surprised that the Rams offense didn't put up more points on the Ravens defense. Like we talked about last week, they were letting up 40, 30,
yeah,
35 points a game.
yeah,
Um, but historically, the Ravens have a great defense. They're very well coached. They're very physical, very
yes,
fundamental. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think Derrick Henry honestly had a good game on the ground when I was looking at the stats. Um, but it seemed, dude, it was crazy because my group chat for one of my fantasy football leagues was going off that Puka like hurt his knee and a cart's coming out. I'm like,
oh my gosh,
oh my gosh, he's like done for the year. That's what I mentioned to you this morning or whatever that
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Because I didn't hear anything, and then I looked at it and they said high ankle sprain,
yeah.
not knee, which is great news.
It's great news for them.
And honestly, it's like the NFL is kind of sad this year with all the injuries, and I do not want to lose another star receiver.
Yeah,
Um,
agreed.
and yeah, so overall, like Rams defense was impressive. I think their corners played a lot better. I know you love their corners. But again,
I think their corners are on par with Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo and Dallas's corners. I
dude,
think
Dallas' defense just blew it again.
Dallas's defense, Rams D, Eagles Z, all in line with each other. Three worst defenses in the NFL.
Dude, our defense is good when we're healthy. But
Well,
right
corner would be
now,
the same for the Rams, except I'd be like, no, your corners are literally the worst in the league.
dude, I'm under the impression that we should move Cooper DeJean to outside corner and just keep Cooper and Quinion. And anyway, I know
It
that's
might
more.
be, yeah, it might be the move.
Yeah.
Just as a side note, the
Ravens did get the reason you can give the Ravens you can understand why the Rams struggled a little bit is the Ravens got a bunch of their corners back.
They
Marlon
did.
Humphrey was
Okay.
back.
Yep.
Kyle Hamilton, safety, was back. Nate Wiggins was back.
Yep.
So they had three key starters that were hurt that all returned. And so their defense looked a lot more formidable. The Ravens actually moved the ball pretty well up and down the field. They couldn't convert like when they needed to down on the
Yep.
Rams side of the field.
And
So
Cooper Rush got benched for Tyler Huntley,
he
I
did.
think.
He was atrocious. But they still moved the ball in
Yeah.
general. I think I wonder like yards wise. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it was pretty close. Again, similar to Eagles Giants. If you looked at the stats, you would have said, "Oh, so like time of possession. Ravens had the ball for 38 minutes. Rams had the ball for 22 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No joke. Ravens
Wow.
had 19 first downs. Rams had 15.
Mm.
Ravens had 296 yards. Rams had 241 yards. So if you just watched the game and didn't look at the score, you would have thought, oh, like the Ravens are in this, or they're even dominating to some extent. But obviously, they couldn't convert on fourth down. They were 0 for 3, and that ended up being the difference in the game. So at the end of the day, look, we've held it at this point. I still think you go out and you win, right? And I think what was important for the Rams is they got to win. Their defense gained some confidence. I think their corners will continue to get trashed all season long. And Corey's going to have to live with it. But, they'll make it up on the offensive side.
Bring more fun to your rounds with Birdie Board, the golf app designed for matches with friends. Choose the format you love, stroke play, match play, Stableford, with or without teams, handicaps or not. Invite your friends, and Birdie Board does the rest. Just enter your score and focus on the fun, while we keep track of everything, including stats like lowest score and worst hole. Download Birdie Board today on the App Store or Google Play, and let the games
Let's jump
begin.
ahead to next week. We'll open in London. Rams are going to London to play the Jags. Jags are 4-2, losing home to Seattle. That was after they upset the Chiefs on Monday night. So definitely so far up and down season for them. Any key matchups that interest you in that 9:30 a.m. Eastern time game? It's a home game for the Jags, at least listed by CBS Sports. That sucks for them, dude.
Dude, I know. Didn't the Eagles had a home game in Brazil last year? That was like they were the home team.
Okay.
I love the NFL kind of branches out and gets their name out there. I know it's for more money, but I hate stealing away a home game from people.
Yeah.
There's only so many. But one, I love the Jags this year. I feel like the Jags are always a team that has a lot of talent or potential. Everyone loves Trevor Lawrence. He hasn't been
You
that
believe
good.
in Goldilocks.
I don't know if I believe in him. I met him briefly at the Players Championship at a golf thing, so I kind of have I feel like I know
Dude,
him.
his swing is hysterical.
I actually haven't seen him swing.
Dude, his golf swing is like, you know how most swings are kind of up here? His is like way back.
Oh, is it?
Oh, you got to see it. It's wild.
Yeah, dude,
I mean, he's good though.
Yeah,
he was a natural athlete.
He was walking inside the ropes, and I said hi to him. He said hi, so I was like, dude, he knows me. So I kind of root for him. Also, one of my brother's best friends worked at the Jags past couple years as like a trainer.
Okay.
And he just has some stories about him, which are pretty cool. But anyway, I'm actually excited for this matchup. I do think the Jags have a good shot of beating the Rams, especially with Puka out, potentially out. And I feel like the Rams have just been I feel like that Ravens win, kind of to your point, seems like it was more kind of like a grindy win, even though they didn't play super well.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of matchups. I don't know, dude. I drafted Travis Hunter on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
I don't think he's done that well. I guess for a number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
But again, it takes these guys a couple years, right? Look at Jackson Smith and Jigba. Look at the year he's having.
It does.
And this is year 3 for him, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I really like Travis Hunter. I really liked his demeanor, how he carries himself. I love the Dion comparison. So I'm really looking forward to Travis Hunter kind of versus their secondary.
Yeah.
Obviously they have Brian Thomas, who's kind of the number 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they've been good. They've been rushing the ball pretty good with ETN, right? ETN.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. How about you?
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see how the Rams go without Puka. What does their game plan look like? What does it look like for a whole week game planning without him? McVay has a great mind, so that would be fascinating. I give advantage to the Jags, not just if Puka's out, but also because the Jags play in London consistently. So they're used to London.
You're right, dude. I feel like they're in London every year.
They're in London like every year. The Rams have further travel. They never go to London. I just think this Jags team has done it like so many years in a row. I think that makes a huge difference. The time difference, the travel, all of it, the jet lag. I put it on the Jags. Right now, Rams are favored by 3. But that might be with So let's jump over
under 45.
Now. Yeah. Jump over to Eagles, Vikings in Minnesota. This very well could be. It's up in the air over whether J.J. McCarthy will be back.
Or
he's back practicing. Well, in Philly, we all want to see Carson because the matchup would be it'd be box office, right?
Yeah. It's in Minnesota, you said, right?
In Minnesota. So, I mean, couple matchups, right? You got Brian Flores basically versus Jalen Hurts. You got Carson Wentz versus the Eagles secondary. I'm guessing without Quinyon because Quinyon hurt his hammy. I don't think it's good. I don't think I think it's a hamstring strain. I'd be surprised if he's out there.
Dude, Adoree Jackson on Justin Jefferson.
That's what's wild, right? So Adoree or Keeley on Justin is like
you got to put
it's
Eugene on
so
him.
bad.
Yeah,
it's just so bad. I don't know how he's not wide open. I think they'll just double him, double him the whole game. But then you leave Addison 1-on-1, and so what are your thoughts? What do you think?
Hold on, Addison's back, right? Because he was suspended.
Good question.
He was suspended for 4 or 6 games.
Oh, maybe he's still suspended.
And I think this is their 5th, 6th game.
Oh,
they had a bye.
He might still be suspended, actually.
All right, you look that up.
I'm finding it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do agree. One, I would love to see Carson Wentz. Like I fell in love with Carson Wentz, dude. I bought his Audience of One shirt, which is like he's like playing for the Lord. I've always loved him. I've always had a soft spot for him. Do I think he's a great quarterback? No. Corey and I would always talk about Jared Goff versus Wentz because it was the Rams Eagles picking 1-2 that year.
Yep.
So I still want to, dude. One of the saddest things was Wentz was the backup quarterback for the Chiefs
at the Super Bowl,
right? And they asked him if like I don't know why the reporter asked him this, but like, hey, if you could switch like careers or moments with any quarterback, who would you pick or like team? And he said he would switch with Nick Foles, and he would not get injured and try and win a Super Bowl that year.
Wow.
And dude, it was such a transparent answer, like on the mic. I don't know. Some Philly people don't like him, but dude, I love him. I still have his jersey, so I hope he plays. I still hope we win. But I really want to see Wentz, obviously the corners, and honestly, dude, I'm looking to see if our offense shows up in terms of if we can run the ball, if we're balanced, if Hurts can make some throws, that type of thing.
Vikings have a good D, dude, and I think Flores is good. I think any good defensive coordinator right now, you blitz Jalen and you play zone.
Yeah. Yep.
You blitz him and play zone. It's simple. So, yeah, I agree with you. My one. Oh, I looked it up. Addison is good. It was a 3-game suspension.
Dang it.
So he's playing along with Jefferson.
Yep.
It could be rough. Let's get to our predictions. Corey did text them in to our group.
Yeah, I can pull them up.
He said, starting with Rams Jags, he thinks the Rams lose 28-24. What do you think? Do you agree?
Yeah, so I do agree with Corey in terms of I think the Rams lose. I've looked at the previous like games in London. Like apparently last week, like the Broncos and Jets, like the Jets had like negative passing yards or something like that. So I do think people like offenses are slower out there.
I agree.
So I would go like I do think it's gonna be close. I want to say like 20-16 or 20-17. But I'm
gonna give you a specific score, dude. Which one?
I'll go 20-17. I got Jags. How about you?
I'll go 23-16 Jags.
Ooh, okay.
Rams will have the ball late, and they'll throw it to not Puka.
Yeah.
Eagles, Vikings.
Eagles, Vikings. This one's honestly like a coin flip. I'm going to go with the Eagles again.
Let's go, dude.
I don't know, dude. Am I being delusional? Oh,
Who knows?
yeah. So I'm going under the impression that we have Jalen Carter back, and I'm hopeful that Mitchell comes back.
Even if Mitchell's not, Carter could provide just more of a pass rush.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's going to be like neck and neck. I think we always play the Vikings close. I think the Vikings have a great stadium, awesome home crowd. I think they're a great football city. I'm gonna go 24-21. I think this game's like a lot of special teams, like field positioning, long field goals.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ride with the Birds, and I'm gonna have a meltdown if we lose again.
I'm going Vikings 26-24.
Oh, dude.
I don't see how our corners. I don't think Quignon's playing. I don't understand how Ringo and Adoree can cover. I just don't get it. So unless Fangio can do some scheme of zone and confuse.
And dude, Fangio was too locked into the Phillies, dude.
I guess 26-24 Vikings.
Okay.
So you guys both are taking the Eagles. I'm taking the Vikings, and we're all taking the Jags. That wraps up this week's episode of Coast to Coast Sports. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and share the show with a fellow football fan. From Philly to LA and around the league, we'll be back next week with more sports talk.